In this session, we are going to discuss about copy constructor in Java. So this session will be totally practical. Okay, so let me start. So for that purpose, let me take the example of a class. I'm creating a new class. For example, class student, student. So I'm creating a class student, and now let me create one more class here. So this is my student class. I'm just putting it here. Okay, and now let me create another class that I already have, that is Pradeep. Okay, so now you can say that this is a student class. Now I'm going to create two properties here, int roll number, and now I'm creating another property, suppose string name. So my student class contains two property, roll number and name here. Okay, so now what I will do, I will try to create the object of this class and will set some properties like student s1 equal to new student. So I'm creating an object of a student class s1. So I've created an object of student class s1. Now I'm going to set the property s1 dot roll number equal to, suppose 4 here, and s1 dot name equal to, I'm just giving my own name, for example, Pradeep. So I created an object. So I've created a, so I here I created an object. You can say new student. I have created object and I created a reference s1. So in s1, the s1 object, you can say, contains this property. And if I'm going to print the property of this class, you can say that, let me run it, s1 roll number. So I'm printing this property s1 dot roll number, and now it is going to be s1 dot roll number. Okay, now in the same way, let me print the s1 name here. So I'm printing the s1 name here, s1 dot name. Let me run this program. Okay, so let me run this program. So what this program is doing, in this program, I created an object s1 and then set two properties, roll number equal to 5 and name equal to Pradeep. And same is, you can set in the object. That's why when I'm printing, it is giving the same. Now I am going to create another reference, student s2. Okay, and by default, I'm just giving the initializing the instead of giving any object, I'm initializing with the null here. Now let me do one thing. I'm not going to create any object here directly. Okay, but here I am going to print s2 dot roll number and s2 dot roll number and s2 dot name. Okay, so now what I want to achieve here, and what is the concept of copy constructor? I created a s1, you can say, object here. Then I set the roll number 4 and Pradeep for the s1, and now same I'm getting at the time of retrieval. Okay, now I have created another reference s2, and I want to achieve, I want to achieve that when I just run this program, the s2 dot roll number should be same as 4 and s2 dot name should be same as, you can say, Pradeep. So indirectly, I want to copy this object into my s2. So how I can achieve it? That we are going to learn it here with the help of copy constructor. So what I'm going to do here, s2 equal to, currently it is null. So I will do one thing. I will call a constructor here. I will call a constructor so that that constructor will give all the values which is already set in the s1. So how it is possible and how we can achieve it? For that purpose, first of all, right side, you have to do one thing. You have to create a, you can say, first of all, default constructor. So how default constructor is created? Public public and, okay, sorry, public and student. This is my default constructor. Okay, and that is already available in my class. If I'm not creating, still it is available. So this is my default constructor, but I need a parameterized constructor. So how I can create a parameterized constructor? I will do one thing. I will create parameterized constructor in this way, int, and same parameterized constructor. I'm just setting the value of my properties using my parameters constructor. So first you have to create a parameterized constructor in your class. Okay, Then you have to again create a parameterized constructor in your class. Okay, but before that, in this class, what you are going to do, in this my parameterized constructor, I'm going to write this dot roll number equal to this parameterized roll number. Let me make it a little bit large here. This dot roll number equal to roll number, so that whatever roll number we are going to pass in this constructor, that will be set in the property roll number. Now we are going to set the property this dot. This means current object name equal to whatever I'm passing in my this parameterized constructor. So this is the parameterized constructor which is going to set my properties roll number and name in my, you can say, object here. Now we are going to create another, you can say that another parameterized constructor, but in this the parameter type will itself is student, and you can say S. Okay, now what we have to do, whenever we are going to call this constructor, we are going to pass the existing reference of any object, existing reference of any student object. And when it will be passed here, I will call a function that is called this. What is this function? This function is nothing. This function present the current class constructor. If you want to call the current class default constructor, you can call this. And if you want to call the current class parameterized constructor, you can call this one. So here what I'm going to do, here I'm going to say this, and in this I'm going to pass S dot roll number. Means whatever roll number, whatever reference it is passed in this constructor, I am going to get the values from that, you can say, this parameter. This. So now again, let me tell you what we have done. First of all, we have given the properties. Okay, then we have created a default constructor. We have created, it is not necessary, but the good practice that always create a default constructor whenever you are going to override the, wherever you are going to overload the constructor. So I have created another parameters constructor, and the purpose of this constructor is to initialize the values of your class. So here you can say in this constructor, we are passing all the values like roll number, name. If you have 3 properties, you can pass 3 properties, and all the properties are set in your constructor. Now you have to create a third constructor. In this constructor, we are passing the reference of another existing student object. So when somebody will call, he will pass the existing reference of, you can say, student. And from this existing reference S1, I will retrieve the roll number, I will retrieve the name, and then I will call this parameterized constructor. Which one? Which contains property. You can see that when I click on this, it will point to this one. So this is nothing. This function is nothing. It presents the current class constructor. Now you will see that in this code, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to call the parameterized constructor new student. And which one? In which we are going to pass the student reference. Now you will see that I created object new student, and I'm passing the existing reference S1 here. So this constructor is going to work as a copy constructor. So now, first of all, let me run this program, that what is the output of this S2, then I will explain again. So you can say the S1 roll number is 4, S1 roll number is Pradeep, S2 roll number is 4, and S2 name is Pradeep. So if I'm going to, in this program, suppose take the example, if I'm taking 6, and here I'm writing Pradeep G. And if I run this program, you can say that this values will be set for S1. And now when I will call this parameters constructor, I'm passing the S1 reference, which contains already these properties. So the values of S2 roll number and S2 name will be same. That will be, you can say, 6 and Pradeep. So how it is possible? Because this constructor is working as a parameterized constructor, and how it behaves when you call it, you are passing S1. So the control will go to this S1, and in S1 you have given the reference S. So S is representing the S1. So from S1, we are saying that retrieve S1 roll number, that is 6. S1 name, that is Pradeep G, and we are passing in it this function, and this function is nothing. It is a parameterized constructor. So when I click on that, you will see the control will go to here. So indirectly it is calling this one. So in this, it is passing roll number, that is already 6, that is in Pradeep, and it is setting in the existing property. So using these two constructor, we are actually achieving the concept of copying one object into the another. And basically these two, you can say, constructor are you can say takes place in this whole concept. So we call this constructor as a copy constructor. So I hope you understand the concept of copy constructor. If still you have any doubt, you can put in the comment of this video. And if you have not subscribed my channel till now, you can subscribe it. Thank you.